Hi, this is Jeff with Sabe, and in this video we're going to talk about Sabe and the Internet of Things. But first I want to complain. A blog entry made by one of our competitors recently touted this as being the Internet of Things, or Industry 4.0. This is a little display that we can connect to our laptop and we can print Hello World on it. It is a hobby tool. It's something that you would use to print or to display the temperature of your beer keg or your aquarium. This is not the Internet of Things or Industry 4.0. So hooking this to your laptop and with your ERP, running Hello World on this and then blogging about how this is going to change the world and how this is Industry 4.0 and IoT is clickbait. And if you saw that blog entry and you rolled your eyes and you said that's useless and the IoT is not for me, you were right. Well, you're half right, because that is useless, or rather, this is useless for an ERP system. For displaying the temperature of your aquarium, I guess it's okay. But this is not IoT, and this is not the Industry of Things, and this is nothing but clickbait when used in that context. So this, not IoT. When we talk about Industry 4.0, we're talking about getting information more integrated or better integrated across your ERP system and your supply chain and your shop floor and blah, blah, blah. So these are useful for that. Your iPhone can tell you things. These are useful, which are little bitty computers that plug into TVs and turn them into information stations. And of course, these are useful for that because you should be able to do everything you can do on your laptop, on your iPad as well. This is a little bit of Industry 4.0. This is the Internet of Things. This is an Amazon Drive button, and if you belong to Amazon Prime, you can set this up so when you push the button, you can get mint chocolate chip ice cream, or toilet paper, or Tide detergent, or whatever you want. So this connects via Wi-Fi. They're very affordable. I think they're $12 a piece. And they scale out, and that's important. They scale out to not hundreds or thousands, but scale out to millions. And Amazon has built infrastructure that supports millions of these little guys all around the world doing things every time you push a button. Now, again, initially Amazon had this great idea where you would stick this on your washing machine, and when you notice you're out of detergent or getting close out of detergent, you push that button and it automatically places an order for you for more detergent. They released these to the general population thinking that we propeller heads would just use this to monkey around, but it's industrialized, it's hardened, it's secure, it's cheap, and has good battery life. So these are great Internet of Things nodes. And we're going to show you in this video a small sample of how we've integrated these guys with Sabe to bring the power of the IoT to our users for $12 a piece. So let's go to Sabe. I've got a couple windows here. I've got a warehouse zone opened up. A warehouse zone is where I store location, where we store locations in Sabe. So to define, a general area within your site. And you can see that I've assigned the stock manager to my employee record myself. I also have an equipment, the TIG welder, and I've said that I am the manager of that TIG welder, and I want to be notified when a maintenance request is created for this particular piece of equipment. So that's standard Sabe stuff, nothing terrifically special. It's cool, but not mind-blowing. But then we've got a display here. This is IoT devices. And we talk about an Amazon Drive button. Now, Sabe supports a number of different IoT devices. We support the AWS infrastructure, which means a lot more. But in this case, we're just going to talk about this Amazon Drive button because it's interesting and easy to demonstrate. So we've got this Amazon Drive button, and we've entered the DSN. Now the DSN is found either in a barcode that you can scan in the back of the box, or these little bitty tiny characters right here that my old eyes can't read any longer, but it uniquely defines this IoT device. Then in our Sabe cloud, we assign this IoT device to, in this case, Bike Demo, the demo database that we're using, or demo instance that we're using. Now, this particular IoT device has three types of events: a single push, a long push, and a double push. So back to Sabe, we can see that I've assigned different actions for a single, a long, and a double push. And those actions are actually service calls. Sabe is a service-based architecture, so everything we do in Sabe has a name to it. We have announce stock out, define location, send a short message to employee, and create maintenance request. So first we're going to do a single push, and that is going to fire a service called announce stock out or define location. And we define locations, and that's easy to pick up. We won't go through that, but you define the location or the define location ID, and you pass that to the service. And we say when the user or when the IoT button is clicked one time, we're going to call that service with that information. So here's a Kanban bin. There's some material in it. And there's an IoT device attached to my Kanban bin. And I'm a production guy, and I just emptied the Kanban bin. I've got no more material left in it. So rather than taking that Kanban card and flipping it over and putting it inside, none of that. What we're gonna do, what the production guy is gonna do, is just push that button once. And you can see there's a blinky light as it attaches to Wi-Fi, and then we'll get a green light. And that announced to Amazon that a single button push was recorded. And as you can see on my screen, that was resolved to the Bike Demo instance, and a message was sent from Amazon to the Bike Demo instance that says this IoT device was pushed one time. This instance resolved that to this service call right here and called that service at defloc ID number blah blah blah. That did two things. The first thing it did is it issued a expense transaction expensing all the material that wasn't here to a manufacturing expense. The second thing it did is, because as we saw that the warehouse zone that this location was in was managed by a stock manager named Jeff Lyon, and Jeff Lyon has an employee record, and the employee record has my mobile phone. I'm not going to show you what that number is, but also at that employee record I've indicated that I wish to receive my messages via SMS messages, my short messages from Sabe via SMS. That could have been a tweet or an email as well. So you saw on my screen that message come through because I'm logged into the Apple infrastructure and everything shared everywhere. So that SMS message that went to my phone also went to my iMessage account. You saw that on my screen. So again, two things: inventory transaction recording the expensing the material down to zero, to the manufacturing expense account, and the stock manager was notified. Now we could also, if I had an IoT device which was a big red light, and you can get them, I just don't have one, we could also turn on that big red light that would indicate to me, the stock manager, that I should run over to that inventory location and grab this empty Kanban bin and go back to the main storage location, fill it up with material, and take it back. Second example. In this case, we saw that equipment, which was a TIG welder. We've said that when this IoT device has a double click, we're going to create a maintenance request. And again, we can look these numbers up easily in Sabe. But we're going to create a maintenance request for that piece of equipment, which is a TIG welder. We're going to set its status to whatever that is. Here's my TIG welder, and I know it's not a TIG welder, but I'm not ever allowed to bring welding machines to work anymore. So if I have this IoT device attached to this TIG welder, and I run out of gas, or the magic smoke leaks out, or I don't have any electrodes anymore, I've used up all my electrodes, I need more electrodes, I can create a maintenance request with a double click. And again, connecting to the internet, blah, 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 blah. And inside of 10 or 15 seconds, I should get another message on my screen that says a maintenance request was created. And because I was set to the equipment manager for this TIG welder, I got a message on my screen. And that message indicates a couple things. One is that a maintenance, or rather the double push was sent to Bike Demo, and Bike Demo looked it up and said, okay, for a double click on this test button, I'm going to create a maintenance request for this equipment. That maintenance request was created. because I'm the equipment manager, I received a message. That message sent to my mobile phone, which also appeared on my screen, but also the work center to which this TIG welder is attached, depending upon the status, either has been degraded or has been taken offline, and now the MES system, the production management system, is routing work order operations around this TIG welder, which is no longer working. So, finally, last example, because we've got 3 different types of vents, so we need 3 examples. If I've got a delivery door in the back of my shop, and I don't want to leave it open because things suddenly disappear when I leave that delivery door open, I can stick one of these by the delivery door and I can say press for delivery, and so the delivery guy comes up and he gives us a long press, and again the magic happens, and you can see on the screen the long press just sends a message to an employee with an employee number and a message, and that's really not the message we use, but this would send me a text message or a tweet or whatever that would tell me I need to run back to that door and open the door because there's a delivery there, so I can let the delivery guy in and get my stuff. So again, the IoT is, well, it's not this. It's really not this either. Again, this is a computer you plug into a TV. The IoT is a network of smart things and dumb things and complicated things and real simple things that are all talking together, combined with software that actually makes it useful, so that we can push information into our complex ERPs with just little button clicks, or we can turn on lights attached to TIG welders indicating that they need service, or attached to Kanban bins that need to be refilled without running cables anywhere. It's all about the internet and Wi-Fi and ease of integration. Not clickbait, really useful stuff. So if you'd like to get some more information about the IoT and how we support the IoT in Sabe, feel free to reach out and contact us. And until then, until next time.